as a version 2 also and show you. But before I go there, suppose you had entered 0 into the num, then also num will become 0. Is it greater than 0? No. 0 is not greater than 0. No. So no means this side. So for even for 0, if you had entered 0, it shouldn't print anything. It should, because it will come through this side and end it. Okay, just remember that. Right. So now we did the version 1 of that. So let's do a version 2. Now in the version 2, what I did was, earlier I checked for num greater than 0 and said yes. This time I'm checking for num less or equal to 0. I change the condition a slightly bit. You can do this also. Depending on how you write the condition, you decide what to put here and what to put here, right? So in this case, I have put less than or equal to 0, yes, not to do anything. In the earlier case, yes, we showed positive, but in this case, no, we are showing positive. Yes, we are doing nothing. So let's anyway dry run through this and see with the same number 12. Okay, we start here, then you go to this, enter a number, so it will display here, and then you go to the next line, get number. So it's waiting for you to enter a number. Now we are going to type something. So let's put 12, which we entered earlier. So the number 12 will be taken by this particular variable, right? So this is the variable. So this will become 12 now. Then you go to the next line. So next line checks if num is less than or equal to 0. That means it has to be either 0 or a negative number. Is it a 0 or a negative number? No. So it won't go through the yes side because this condition is false. So because the condition is false, it comes through the no side, and in the no side we are saying, okay, show positive. 12 is positive, so we slightly change the condition, but accordingly we have changed these messages also. So now here this message is what is going to come here because it's going through the no side. So show positive, it will show positive, and then come to the end. And just remember, decision, it will not repeat. Okay, just do either this or this once and go, keep going down. Repeating will happen in our next part, which we will do when we go through the loop. But here nothing will get repeated. You just do once, and if you are going through this, just do this and come out. If you are going through this, do this and come out. But here you can have multiple instructions. Then each instruction you do one by one and come out. But each instruction you do only once in this side or this side, depending on whether the condition is true or false. So you saw how the positive came this side. So same program, the version 2, I wrote it slightly differently, and just to show you that you can actually, programming is your ideas. So each one can have their own ideas to do the same thing. The outcome will be the same. Each one can do it in different ways. So that is why it is very important. Do not look at somebody else's program, okay? Because you will get ideas from that, and then your ideas will never come out after that. If you look at somebody's program and then suddenly you say, this is how you're done, you are letting your brain not work. After that, you will never think in different ways. You will always think in the way that you have seen. So that is why I always suggest you try to do it on your own, because we want your version. You can come up with totally something different, and that may be the best way even. So these are ideas. All programs are ideas always. Okay, so that is why it's better not to look at somebody else's program before you do it. When you are given an exercise, try to see whether you can do it on your own. Think of some method. Try put some things and dry run it and see. When you dry run it and see, you can see whether the outcome is coming okay or not. Right? So let's dry run this again. That's the end of the dry run. So sorry, that part is over. Now we are going into exercise number or example number 2. So in this case, we are going to do, now in the earlier one, we just, if it is a positive greater than 0, we wanted to display positive, that's all. If it is less or equal, we didn't do anything. But this program is slightly different. Write a program to accept a number and display 10. You are going to accept a number. If that number is 10, you have to display the word 10. If the number is, right, if the number is 10. Otherwise, display not 10. So this time we have two options, and in two options we are printing different things. In the previous one, we just, if it is true only, we printed something. If it is false, we didn't want to do anything. So we put null and went through that. But in this case, we have for both. For the true part also we have something. For the false part also we have something. Okay, so we are going to take a number and display either the word 10 or not 10. If it is, depending on what the user has entered. Okay, so let's go through that. So start. enter a number. Let me just do this, right? See, if the after taking the number, if the number is 10, yes, I want to say 10. If it is no, I want to say not 10. So basically that's it. So anyway, we'll just try run through this. This also has show and variables. So you will have the variable, which is num, and the screen. Okay, so let's start the dry run. Start it. That's the beginning. Then go to this, enter a number, comes on the screen, enter a number. Then you go to the next line, it says get number. So the computer is waiting for the user to type some number and press enter, and that number will be taken by the variable num, as I told you earlier, this variable. Okay, so let's type 10 just to check it. Okay, so now this number 10 will be taken by this variable, right? We are staying in this line now. So num variable will take, so num will become 10. Then you go to the next line. Here you compare. Num equals 10. Yes, num is 10 because user entered 10. So num is 10. So if it is true, you have to go through the yes side, right? So when you go through the yes side, it says show 10. It will display the word 10 and come to end. Next line, finish. End of the try run, right? So let's try run this again with a different number. Okay, run again from the beginning. Start, enter a number, so you get that word. Then go to the get num. It's waiting for a number. This time we'll type some other different number, maybe 15, anything, negative number, even whatever number, no problem. You enter, that number will be taken by the variable called num. Then you go to the next line. Now when you compare, is it 10? No, obviously some other number. No. Num equals 10 is false. This condition is false. False means you have to go through the no. When you go through the no, it says show not 10. So sorry, no means you come here, show not 10, it says not 10, and then end it. So if when we entered 10, it said 10. When you entered some other number, it said not 10. That is because that's how we are written our NS chart. So we come to the end of that, and we come up to the end of our decision NS chart lesson. Okay, but before that, I just want to tell you, if sometimes you check a condition here and then you go into either this or this side, once you go inside this, you might have another condition to check, so then there will be another decision coming inside this. I have already explained that also in the previous lessons. Okay, so you can nest decision after decision, and then this becomes true, then only to go in here, then there can be other conditions, loop, anything like that. Okay, so just remember that I have just written some straightforward things. When we go into the exercises, you will come across those type of questions also. So as we go do the exercises, you will learn these things and you will understand what it is. This is why I told you, this is like riding a bicycle. You have to make mistakes, fall on the ground, and get up and rerun and do same thing here. You will make mistakes, keep on doing, and then as you learn this and understand how this is being done, you will get the hang of it. This is why I am starting from the simplest ones. I'm not directly going into complicated examples. Okay, thank you very much. That's the end of this session. So if you have any doubts, questions, issues, comments, please put it in the group. Okay, thank you very much.